What time is it?
It's big slappy time.
Hanta, Hanta, don't you wanta, Hanta? Don't you wanna, Hanta?
Don't you wanna, Hanta? Hanta virus.
Hanta virus.
Oh.
I keep singing that all week.
Yeah. It's
like deadly, but make it fun.
It's been a real Hanta Summer.
Oh.
It's like big what the hell, Brat Summer. Big Brat Summer. What was it called? Big Brat?
Kamala is Brat.
Yeah, Brat Summer. This is Hanta Summer. And you know what? I feel like
Hanta.
You have to follow up Brat Summer with Hanta Summer. That's only...
Yeah.
It's like the
Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. I don't know
plagues.
which one. I don't know which one is which on that one.
Who's the Lord giveth and who's he taketh?
Because Brat Summer didn't do it for me, frankly.
Sure. No, of course not. Now, Hanta Summer, the thing about Hanta is if you've been listening to the program, we have our rodent friends that we've started with. So I feel like we're going to end with them as well.
Yes. And for a while I was saying they're rats and you said, no, they're mice. And then last night we had quite a situation.
Yeah, they were gone. I thought, pardon, the weather had broken. They've taken to the streets.
No, they were just setting up shop deeper into the bowels of our home.
Or the bowels or the trowels, the jowls. What's the top floor called? The attic now. They've moved up to the attic.
The dome.
The dome of the cathedral.
They're taking over the brain.
Here's Now you're the resident virologist on this program. You're
guilty.
You're my little Fauci ouchie. What do you?
Fuck me, Fauci.
Fuck me, Fauci, please. What is going on with this Hanta now can move?
Hanta. Okay, so...
Because the old Hanta, now let's just say too, I don't know if we talked about it on the show or not, but remember the mystery at first. We were all whipped, the nation was whipped into a frenzy over Gene Hackman and his wife's passing out at their ranch in New Mexico. I don't know where they were. Nevada, Arizona, Mexico. They were somewhere out in the southwest.
Four Corners state. It was one of those Four Corners states.
They had a little ranch, a ranchin, as they would call it.
I love that portmanteau.
No, wait, that might be real. I might have made that
Did
up.
you trademark ranchin?
I must. Cool ranchin. I think they were right on the Four Corners. It was literally on the Four Corners. And they got, he had his other issues. He was 200 years old. But then she was younger. People were like, how the hell did they both die? We didn't find the bodies for a week or whatever.
Well, and here's what I wanted to say
Hanta.
is we're definitely going out like that.
Yes. Oh,
we're going to be wandering around, demented.
Good luck finding our dead bodies.
And they'll say,
oh,
she killed him. And they'll say, oh, he killed her.
They killed
each other. And then they'll just find out that we were breathing in dusted rat piss.
Dusty old rat
It's actually,
piss.
so here's what I know.
Yeah, give me the Hanta lay down. Junta. I like a military junta. This is a military Hanta.
Well, I like to fight the junta with the Hanta.
That's a good,
Hanta to Hanta combat.
Hanta combat. Bioweapons. Let's go.
An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind.
Oh, so true, so true.
Wow.
The art of war.
So basically, most mice don't carry this.
There's a specific.
They have like white bellies, and they're usually in the Southwest United States, and they can carry it. And basically, it's in their urine and feces. They don't suffer from it, but when that dries up and turns to dust, and you inhale it, you get this horrible, deadly illness. But then there's another strain called the Andes strain.
The Andes.
It might be Andes. I don't know. I've only read it. I haven't heard it, but it's spelled like Andes.
Yes. Don't you love when you've read something for a long time without hearing it and you just have to go with what you know?
Yeah, and then you're like, am I saying this? Here I am. I'm ordering at a restaurant. Great. And that one is deadly. And goes person to person. That's what's interesting about that. In close quarters, which makes you wonder what's going on. Do we have another lab leak? And did they drop it into a cruise ship to take us all out? Because what's interesting is now we have the cruise diaspora. They're landing in Europe. They're landing in the U.S.
They're all over.
They're all over town.
If
they were letting people off on some island before they'd even figured out what was going on. It seems reckless.
It's perfect.
Do you remember when there was there was like a plane with COVID on it. There was the cruise with COVID too.
Of course.
There was a
There's
plane
always
with
the
something.
cruise.
I just remember the plane because there was the funniest tweet ever from some woman who's like, married, mommy, loving God. And that was like the bio. And she wrote, shoot down that plane. Was basically like wipe everyone out.
Yes. And
Love a plague. Love a plague.
love a good plague. It brings out the Jesus in all of us.
It really does.
Because if only there were a story about
turn the other
way
cheek.
Jesus, the leper, he literally went to the person with leprosy, which, if you recall, was the Hanta of his day.
The
BC, it was much worse
the
than
BC Hanta?
What? Leprosy is
I guess it's not
legit.
BC if C's walking around. Is BC before the birth of Christ or before they decided Christ was Christ?
No, it's before the birth because he died in, 33 AD.
So this is AD.
Yes, this was AD, and leprosy was
popping off.
Popping. And it was highly contagious and deadly, yes?
Shoot down that camel. What were people riding?
They were riding on arcs.
Arcs.
Yeah, in the sea at least.
Right.
So he...
Wait, the ark having Hanta is funny.
Hanta on the ark. Yeah, the ark people would...
Well,
they're going for their
animals.
all-inclusive 2 of each.
Yeah.
And the rodents got them. I think the funny thing about... Very funny. It's hilarious about Hanta. Is
it Hanta or Hanta?
I mean, it's a junta as far as I'm concerned.
I keep doing it. I'm like, Hanta. It's like kind of because Hanta feels too, but Hanta feels like, and then I'm like, Hanta.
Well, I feel like we'll have to wait until the mainstream media is talking a ton about it, which will be like 2 years after we're all dead. If their track record is to
Jimmy Fallon will be like, so did I get this right? You and your husband had Hanta, is that right?
Oh, bless.
Oh, Jim.
He's talking to a bag of... He's talking to Gene Hackman and his wife.
Literally. He's like, we got, what is it? What is it? The hologram. We got hologram Hackman.
Hologram Hackman is very real.
Okay, quick
Speaking of...
break. Murph is trying his very
Patient Zero.
Ever.
Speaking of Patient Zero, here is the Hanta Coca-Cola Zero.
Coke Zero.
I've never had it. I'm going to crack this open.
Okay, let's hear it. Oh, yeah.
Feel.
That's better than Diet Coke.
I don't know. Is it though?
It has a little tanginess that makes it taste more like
different
original.
Yeah, I could tell the difference.
Wow. For you, that's actually pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. You have the palate of a long dead Gene Hackman.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, no, it's good. It's, it tastes less fake.
Yes.
Than Diet Coke, I would say. But there still is like a tiny in the aftertaste, in the Hanta taste. Well,
so basically they're like, no one ever gets it. It's only this one kind of mouse, and it's only the dried up piss. But actually, you can get it by being on a boat with someone.
Right. Well, now, so here's what's interesting, too. We also know that if they're even acknowledging that, because I love to, I've gone back. If you go back to the early days of, whatever this was now, January, really, of 2020, when they really started to at least talk about it, was, it's in Italy, it's whatever. The coverage and the sort of whipped into a frenzy and then the immediate downplaying of everything, it makes it, you got to kind of get on the ride. So feel the rhythm, feel the ride for this Hanta coverage we're about to get. If it does, in fact, pop off. Because they're saying now this Andes version.
Andes? Maybe that's how you say it.
Andes. Is like... it can go person to person with prolonged contact.
Yeah, but I don't believe anything that
that's
they're
what I'm saying.
telling me.
If it's airborne, it's airborne.
Which then we sound crazy, but it's like they lied about everything with COVID the whole time.
And continue to.
Remember when Biden was like, if you get this vaccine, you will never get COVID and you will never be able to spread it?
Yes.
What? That's so reckless to say.
Very reckless.
Remember when they told us we didn't need to wear masks?
Yes.
Remember when people were like, fuck me, Fauci, and put like Fauci's picture on a thong?
Well, now we're going to get, yes, I do. I have the thong.
It's going to be me.
It's going to be Fauci. But now it's RFK Jr. Who's going to head this. So I think we're in, I think we're in different hands. We're in separate but equal
knee deep
hands.
in the raw milk.
We're in the raw milk phases. Well, they just don't have anything. I mean, everything's been gutted. Nothing's happening. So
whatevs. Just take me quick. You know what I'm saying?
Take me here. Take me with my rats. I am the rat king.
Don't leave me to wander around my ranch. And the dogs. Some of the dogs were dead. That's always sad. I think they just starved.
Oh, on the
dogs who
Hackman
were
estate.
outside were fine because they fended for themselves, but the ones that were inside were dead.
Probably started nibbling. I mean, cats will nibble on you.
Nibbling on
I wonder if the dogs started to nibble on Jean.
Dogs don't eat you.
They don't.
They should.
They're too loyal.
They should, but then they would have gotten that Hanta.
Loyal to a fault.
It's. What did I just want to say about that? Oh, but that made it more complicated before they knew what happened because they're like, did they poison the dog? And it's like, no.
Yeah, because there were pills strewn about.
Which was just because she was struggling with her Hanta.
Yeah, I think it always ends up, spreading around with the cruises. People couldn't wait. It was funny that the big deal was when they canceled. Like, do you remember there were audible gasps around the country when they shut down the cruises during COVID. Like, we can't do cruises anymore. Like, that was the thing. People were like, bring back the cruises. That industry must
Trump
be.
Trump just said that and no one cared. Cruises are weird. Can't pay me to get on that fucking thing.
No.
It's gross. I did see something though, like a year ago, where somebody crunched the numbers and it's like cheaper to retire onto a cruise boat than it is with property. And
you mean to get like an extended cruise where you're living on the boat?
Well, there are people, no, you cruise hop. There's no cruise you can really reside on. But there was like a guy who went and was just for a couple of years cruise hopping. And that was cheaper for him, all told, with food and everything.
Interesting.
Room and board than having like a condo somewhere.
So this is the beginning of a water world scenario where we're all just going to be cruise hopping. Kevin Costner's Waterworld.
I don't think everyone can afford to cruise hop. Some people are going to.
But if it's cheaper, then a lot of people can't afford anything anymore.
Well, that's what I mean. So some people would just be unhoused on land. The land lubbers.
Yes, unhoused on water is fun.
Yeah.
You're
like, I guess I'm international now.
I'm just swimming in international waters. Well, stay tuned for the Hanta.
Stay
summer
tuned.
Of Hanta.
It's big Hanta summer.
We need Charlie XCX to take us there.
Also, is there anything you want to say to me today?
Anything I want to say to you? Nice sweatshirt. And your hair looks great.
And
happy half birthday to you. Happy half birthday to you. Bless you, dear.
It's my half birthday.
It is.
Surprised you didn't notice.
I felt you glowing halfway.
Well, we're recording here on a Tuesday. And all I want for my birthday, I'm putting this out into the universe. I'm trying to manifest. This is me manifesting.
Mm-hmm. This is your manifesto.
Yeah. Excuse me while I manifest. Oh. I really want to see Echo and the Bunnymen tomorrow at Revolution Hall, but it's sold out and the resale is like $250. So if anybody's got my lucky ticket, smash that tip line.
Smash that tick line.
That tick line.
Yeah, no, they bring on the dancing horses, yes?
Yes. Bring on the dancing horses.
Wherever they may roam,
shiver and say the word. For every lie you've heard, now it falls apart.
Falls apart.
Falls apart.
Yeah, that's a good tune. Damn, that's a good tune.
It's so good. That's worth $250, but I don't have it.
Well, your half birth is exciting.
I'm half born. I'm halfway out.
You're
I'm
almost the big. 7-9-3-5.
Just saying my social.
Yes,
no.
That's right. Rather than your birthday revealing your age, I will reveal your social.
Wow.
Those
anyway, if anyone has
worthless.
a ticket, hit me up. I'm also supposed to teach tomorrow, so I'd have to do a lot of stuff. But
all
I'd
right,
like
we'll
to.
make it work.
Cool. What else is happening in this big, beautiful world?
This big, beautiful world. I a news story to me that was new to me. I won't say it's
a
new.
news story or
a news story that's new was new to me.
News.
You know, the cycle flies. So I missed this one a while ago, but it's back. And so I just went to the website just to check this out. But Trump Mobile, are you familiar with Trump Mobile? There's a lot of flim-flams going on, so it's hard to keep.
Is it like T-Mobile?
No, they're basically DJ Jr. or no, sorry, DJT Jr.
What?
Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump launched a mobile provider with a phone, with their own specific phone that they were selling. So just as a quick recap of just what this was. I didn't know this either. But there was apparently some updates on this recently.
Should we get on the family plan?
We certainly should. It's only $47.45 a month.
Are we doing a commercial?
Yeah. Well, what's funny about this, though, is not so much the mobile plan, but the phone itself is this gold-plated,
Wow.
They basically did the move where they crowdfunded. So they were like $100 deposit.
Did they use Kickstarter?
No, they were like, we don't even need to give any of this money to. It was like you just send a check directly to Donald Trump Jr. or you could Venmo him. But it was $100. They sold like $500,000 almost or something. They made like $46 million or whatever. And then the reason this is back in the news is because they just quietly, because people were like, this is a while ago now. So people were like, where's the phones? Are the phones coming? And then it was originally, I think, that, and then it was $500 once they released them. You'd pay $400 more and you'd get one. But now they just updated the terms quietly, which basically say that there's no guarantee. Like, I just want to read this because it's pretty remarkable. The guarantee that there is no, hold on, Trump Mobile. It says the terms have been updated to say, the customer's wait list. So now there is estimated ship dates, launch timelines or anticipated production schedule are non-binding estimates only, and that it may never be released at all. Trump Mobile does not guarantee that the device will be commercially released. Regulatory approvals will be obtained. Character certification will be secured, blah, blah, blah. So they basically, you gave them $100, done and done. Like that, which I know we're like, but that's such a hilariously flagrant grift.
Yeah.
That now it's like, that's where we're at. So the mobile phones are maybe not. And I wonder, like, we've talked a lot about this, but at some point, because it's difficult for people to admit they got, especially from this guy and his family. So I feel like this.
When are people going to start like sprinkling a little rat piss on that check before you send it in?
The Hanta check, yes.
Allegedly
sending Hanta checks.
Podcast of satire.
I also just thought, what is the like, remember when the one version of the iPhone just forced U2 on us?
Yep.
I'm like, what is when you get that phone, if you ever get that phone, what in God's name is installed on there that you can't get off?
I think, it's just complete surveillance.
Well, the surveillance, yeah. It's probably like just a constant stream. Every time you...
It's like a retina scan directly into like Palantir, directly into...
And every time you log in, you just get a donate button, like to... Right. Even though he's not even running anymore. Like it'd just be like, oh, here's money to donate. It's a very funny... Yeah, this is the phone. I mean... And of course, the American flag on the bottom.
Doesn't look good.
And that's just the phone. That's the casing. That's like the housing of the phone. It's not like a case. So,
well, the casing's the easy part.
That's right.
I like that it'll never be released. That makes it special.
I want something. I want an album on there. I want a Eric Trump's like.
I bet it's
reggae album.
It's probably Kid Rock. It's probably like Joe Rogan subscription. I don't know. It's probably like the ebook for Hellbilly Elegy.
Oh, yes.
Something for the libs.
Something for all the libs who bought that phone.
Yeah.
T-Mobile.
We're on your dad's family plan. We could ask him if he wants to switch over.
I'm going to float it to him.
No guarantee of device.
Yeah, no guarantee we'll even have the damn device.
Could be nice not to have a device, you know?
It's time to undevice ourselves. Divorce
A
our
nation
devices.
divided is a nation devised. It's divisive. We have to
Device so that we're less divisive.
It's a vice. My device is my vice. I have to device.
I saw my vice twice.
I saw my vice twice.
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect.
I saw this. You don't care about this at all, but
I care.
the Street Fighter trailer.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, no, of course not. It looks fun.
Does it?
It looks like they're not. You can't take any of that kind of shit seriously. Is the thing.
Wow.
You know, like you're like making a Street Fighter video game movie. Mortal Kombat took itself very seriously and was very bad. This new Mortal Kombat, the sequel Mortal Kombat. I mean, the other one was bad too. I don't know why I insist.
Hanta, don't you wanta, hanta. That's something. They should do something with that.
Yes. Yes, they should. I was thinking of Hanta films.
Hanta.
There's no real big, I think we've maybe talked about this before, but there's no, what's the COVID film? Like there's no, I don't know if there ever will be, because I think that then involves some form of reckoning with things. But I think there's no like, even if it was just the bullshit version, but just like, hey, remember that? Like they're still talking about how that was the beginning of the end. You know, like that changed everything. Like it just seems like that was 6 years ago now. Yeah. And there's not even. I mean, you can find plenty of them, or you were able to on YouTube. They yanked a lot of them, and a lot of them were nonsense. But like even just
of what did they yank?
The documentaries on COVID, like the pandemic stuff, obviously. But like anything that's even. Yeah, I think people don't want to actually do the real version of it, and that where they have to dive in and the messiness, the nuance, everything about it. Like I just mean 6 years. Like they're desperately trying to churn out content of all sorts. So it's just weird that none of the streamers.
We need Michael Moore to do.
Yeah,
you know,
Old Man Moore.
Well, a trusted voice to like raise certain questions, but not go too far and be too crazy. But kind of talk about what's going on.
Just the facts.
How it's still with us.
I've
heard a lot lately that it's just over.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been popping off for a while.
Yeah, it's been popping.
Yeah. What's like, a woman in my book club, this stuck with me. It was like, said something like kind of just been like, it's like a COVID novel or something. Like there's too much of that kind of. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking like, is there even enough?
Is there any? Well, also that's
maybe
fair.
That's
maybe there's
just,
books like novelizations of.
But the novels could just be like My Year at Home or something, and that I do get how that could seem tiresome.
Yes.
It's not really attacking like the facts. It's just kind of like
no, it's a self-obsessed like my time. We can all because remember.
Should I make love to the Amazon boy when he comes by today? I haven't seen anyone this week. Like that kind of thing.
That makes sense.
I don't know what book that is, but I'm sure they exist.
I'm sure I should write it.
You
in
should.
That voice.
Yeah. White women at home.
White women at home.
Working on their iMac.
Zoom in with their colleagues.
Zoom in with their friends and family.
Oh, it's 7 p.m. It's time to bang a pot in a pan.
I've been drinking wine since 4:30. I said it's 5 o'clock somewhere on the work Zoom, but nobody laughed.
I started an Etsy. Oh, I got wetsy. I wiped down my groceries tonight. Oh, now that's
I gained 40 pounds.
I watched January 6th with some ice cream in my lap.
Tiger King is kind of amazing.
The NBA bubble is back. Oh, yeah.
What else? That's good. What else happened?
That's pretty good. What else happened? Oh, boy. Get the shot and it's over with. Why won't they get the shot?
All right.
All right.
Had another wet dream about Anthony Fauci. Orange man bad.
Italian men good. Cuomo Fauci. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Wow. People will play that.
Yeah, I want to see the novelization of that song.
The death of our civilization.
And then the script, the adaptation for screen.
of that.
This is an IP we need to get.
We need to make it into a video game so it can get made into a movie.
Thank you.
Thank you. How about hopping into errata?
Let's do it.
In errata de vida, honey. Ooh. Well, you love to hear it. You were right.
What's that now?
A prism is a shape that reflects and refracts light.
Yes.
Refracts, not reflects.
Refracts. The fractals.
Fracking.
Yeah, listen, I know my prisms if I know anything.
Not without my prisms.
The Prism Industrial Complex.
Yeah, the Prism Industrial Complex it's actually more linked to refracting than you would expect.
Yes, refracting.
When you turn on the faucet and flames shoot out, refracting.
Refracking. You know what I love is northeastern Pennsylvania, my home, Pennsylvania coal country, where I'm from, where I was created, is fighting heavily against a lot of these data centers. I think about it because of the fracking. They just got fracked to fuck. About 15 years ago, whatever that was, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
The water was on fire coming out of the faucets.
Yeah.
And now the data centers are just like, oh, yeah, let's scoot in. People are not pleased with them. They're fighting it, which I like to see.
Insult to injury. I like that, too.
It's a bipartisan bloodbath. Politics out the window. Everyone's like, just get these fucking data. Don't you with the data centers.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
It's just sad. I don't know. It'll be fun, though, when the data centers are like, we're going to need to use the water. And they're like, good luck.
Good. Yes,
and they turn the water spout on. It's like, just gases.
Explodes. That's fun, yes.
That would be good.
Oh, you reap what you frack.
Oh, you data what you frack. No. You process? No. Well,
generate.
Our governor's not doing well here in Oregon, Tina Kotek. Because she is allowing data centers. Mm-hmm. She's doing like big business with the Moda Center.
That's right.
She just has no popularity among libs.
Preschool for all.
Exactly. She's awful. 110.
She made sure, she was never really on board with Measure 110.
No.
And she acquiesced. She was like, great. Let's just get rid of that. Because that means I'm doing something. I'm moving.
She needs to get the hell out.
She's cooked. Portland specifically, I saw, is not, they're
not pleased.
Not pleased. There's the rest of the state who also kind of hates her. You know who is coming back? Rip City. Chris Dudley. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
He won't get the nom. It's going to be, what's her name? Drazen, because she's the Republican. It's going to be a Republican governor, I believe. Because no one's challenging for governor from the left.
But that's the problem. We should be challenging from the left.
Right. I mean, to be fair, there are candidates I've seen.
I know, but I don't like...
Street Roots has
I don't like it.
Breakdown of... Yeah, Chris Dudley played for the Blazers. He's kind of a journeyman. The Blazers won... But he's a
Republican running for governor?
He's a Republican running for governor of Oregon.
I did not know that.
And he's like... His campaign commercial was very funny because he's like in a gym... like an empty gym, like darkened, like the lighting's all dramatic. And he's like, I may not have been, I'll paraphrase here, I may not have been the greatest shooter. And he like shoots a ball and breaks it. And he's like, but I could always rebound. And he's like, Oregon needs to rebound. And it's him like rebounding his own misses on a basketball hoop and like wearing like business casual. It's very strange.
Cool.
But what else can he do? He's, you know what I mean? You got to play the hand you're dealt. You're the centrist Republican.
Cool. Very
running.
Cool.
But he won't win.
Okay, we said we were doing errata, and we're not really doing it.
Come on, errata.
Okay, drawing and quartering. Remember I was talking about tying...
Doing that to me, yeah.
No, dear. Tying people's limbs to different four horses, and then they run in opposite directions.
Yes,
and I was like,
yes.
but that's not drawing and quartering? I was kind of right. Drawing and quartering, this is from Wikipedia. To be hanged, drawn, and quartered was a method of capital punishment used principally to execute men convicted of high treason in medieval and early modern Britain and Ireland. Convicted traitors were fastened by the feet to a hurdle or wooden panel and drawn behind a horse to the place of execution, where they were then hanged almost to the point of death emasculated, disemboweled, beheaded, and quartered. Their remains would then often be displayed in prominent places across the country, such as London Bridge. Can you imagine? To serve as a warning of the fate of traitors. Quartering by horse, but traitors. He's a traitor.
I think he's a traitor.
I think he's a traitor. Quartering by horse is what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Is a brutal historic form of execution, often the final step of being hanged, drawn, and quartered, where a person's limbs were tied to 4 different horses that were then spurred to run in opposite directions to rip the body apart. Yikes! Who's coming up with this stuff?
Who came up with? I mean, yeah, it's kind of creative. I'll give them that.
It's just so many steps.
I mean, there is a lot to it. Yeah. There is a lot to it. I feel like as far as ways of dying, it wouldn't be it'd be a ton of pain, but then you'd bleed out quickly. I assume.
Well, and women, they didn't do this too because of modesty or decency, because there's a nude factor with the emasculating. So women were just burned at the stake, which is not fun either. But then you hope you just asphyxiate before you're burned up too much.
Emulation.
Right.
Yes.
Seems bad. I remember going to the torture museum in Amsterdam.
Wait, what?
There's a torture museum in Amsterdam.
That's fun.
It was okay.
Oh, the Dutch.
And there was one thing that was just a big spike, and you would sit on it, and it would slowly go into your body, and you'd die.
Yeah. Well, you're sliding down the
up your
spike,
ass. But like, that's such a horse. That would take like a week to die.
That's a tough one, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
that is a tough
not
one.
Fun.
No. Well, you know what's also psychologically, which is why it seems simple enough, but the old waterboarding, the standard operating procedure during the Bush's war on terror, is
right. Is this our bushy pushy?
Bushy pushy. You could obviously get some physical, but the purposes of that one are to psychologically just break someone down, tricking your body into drowning.
Yeah, it's not to kill you.
No, or even real. I mean, it would cause, eventually
damage,
it would cause damage to your body. But
terrible. Barbara Bush, played by Phil Hartman on SNL.
Yes, that's right.
Let's bring it back to the happy times.
Please, we're doing a quick bushy pushy here then.
Yeah. Oh, yes, this is both.
Bushy pushy paw.
Because it's also an errata.
An errata.
All right.
Bushy podcast. Oh, errata, wait for June.
Very cool.
A combo,
Barbara Bush was played by Phil Hartman. I watched some of the sketches. It's interesting because they were so patient. And one of them was just like, the sketch idea was just like Nancy Reagan doesn't want to leave. And that's Jan Hooks.
Jan Hooks is Nancy,
and then,
right.
Phil Hartman's Barbara Bush. But he's not, you know how like in drag, like Farrell playing Reno was like, ah, you know what I mean? It was like such a caricature, ridiculous. Phil's like very subtle, understated Barbara Bush.
That's
it's
funny.
good.
Yeah.
It's good. He's good.
Yeah, the pearls.
Phil was great. I didn't love that he was not nice to Paul Rubens, which I learned in the Pee-wee doc. Yeah.
Yeah, he felt a little betrayed or snubbed by Pee-wee. But, Howard Stern will always
but I think he
those.
abandoned Pee-wee for SNL, which is understandable. But I think that rift there was like maybe,
Yeah.
They never fixed it.
No, they never were able to.
And then Phil got killed by his wife.
That's correct.
And
Andy Dick's cocaine.
I was going to say, and John Lovitz blamed Andy Dick for the Phil Hartman death, which we learned last week.
I love Phil
Wow, how deep does this cunt go?
So deep.
It's all connected, man. It's all freaking connected.
Yeah, remember the Pee-wee doc? I had a couple of revelations in it. Spoilers. I mean, there's no spoilers really.
Care to share?
We'll say. Well, there was the obviously that we all knew how ridiculous the masturbating in the theater, like that he got caught in a porn theater jerking off, which is obviously what you do in that theater. They would do those stings specifically, especially in like
that's what that theater's for.
I mean, the idea that
it's like getting caught drinking out of a drinking fountain.
That's right. Yes, it's like getting caught jerking off in a drinking fountain. It's like just
whoa.
that's what it's there for. I feel like those stings are always so fun. They've done them all around. But like I remember in Giuliani's New York, there was a lot of them going to Times Square to be like, whoa, you people are. But yeah, it is funny that you'd be like, either it's not sexual, you're just watching, pornographic feature films and this was in the days when they would make, features. They'd put studios behind these pictures. But you obviously would still be watching. It's like either you're doing that or the idea is, all right, we know that this is arousing. This is for, masturbatory purposes.
You don't have to explain porn.
Watch it and
listeners.
go home, though. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, no, you're going to do it in the damn theater.
Okay.
Anyhow, there's that one, which we knew, but then there was also the memorabilia collection stuff that was a little trickier.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows? It reminds me actually of the Michael Jackson. I heard a funny thing about this new Michael Jackson movie.
I wouldn't conflate Paul Rubens and Michael Jackson.
Not at all. No.
Okay, I just want to go on record. I don't think that's the same thing.
Not even at all the same thing. But we're talking eras and we're talking whatever. It just made me think of this. Another new thing I saw. Apparently the script, not even the script, the movie. They shot this new movie that came out.
For Michael?
The new Michael biopic is... They shot
not to be confused with Michael, the Travolta movie.
The Travolta Angel movie.
Where he's an angel.
Yes. Which also had a highly controversial ending, but for a different reason.
Did it really?
No.
I don't think I saw it.
Forget it. I don't think I saw the whole thing.
Okay, what did you hear about the movie, the new Michael?
The Michael movie, which is bizarre, they shot an entire third act that was... just taking a takedown of the families who came forward by name. They were like calling them out and being like, basically just being like the parents were, these children got wrapped up in a terrible situation. So it's not to blame the children, but their parents were just looking for money. So they went after Michael for that reason. Because he had a settlement with one family before the actual criminal proceedings, which he was acquitted of. But before that happened, there was an initial family that came forward and there was a settlement of some sort. So what's wild though is that for all the lawyering going on, you'd imagine with this, they shot this and they were ready to be like, there's a version of this movie that exists where at the end they have this kind of like, okay, so we all know we're going to address the elephant in the room.
It didn't focus group well? Like,
no,
why did
they
not
looked at
include
the documents. I guess a last perusal of these documents, the lawyers were like, oh no, in that settlement, there was something that neither party could ever discuss this in any way. So this is his estate doing this movie. So they were like, oh, we can't do that. So then it just ends at a certain period where they don't ever, the only thing that's like addressed at all is like him taking some pills towards the end or starting his pill.
Brave of them to mention.
Very brave. So it's just, I think people are also like, how could you make this movie without, which of course just to,
propaganda.
To rehab the image, his estate is very much, the lawyers have made, because it was crazy that his estate, like he was down to almost bankrupt at a period right before he did the other world tour. Like they were saying, I think I might have been on the Daily, I forget where I heard this, but merch sales, when he first did his world tour after that initial round of allegations and everything, the vendors wouldn't even front merchandise. Like they were just like, I don't know if this guy's career is over. We were used to having all the t-shirts of the world tour and the whatever. And they're like, we're not even prepping that merchandise. And then he did this world tour that just blew the doors off. He made like, $1 billion or whatever.
Bajillion dollars.
And they were like, okay, great. Well, he's good still.
One weird thing I think about is whenever there's a settlement, then people say, oh, they just wanted money. Mm-hmm. But that is the American thing, is like that's the damages you're owed. So no matter what the crime is or the accusation is, money is the thing, So that's always tricky too.
It is.
What else could be offered? Like you can't go back in time.
Right.
That's literally what you do.
And you have, exactly.
It's a punishment for the person paying, and it's maybe like some kind of, I don't know. Recourse.
Any sort of
it's
whatever.
Tricky.
It is tricky. Well, it's also then people would say you would never settle unless you had some sort of guilt.
Which is insane.
Which we're not going to relitigate Michael at this point.
No,
we all know what happened there. But,
I'm not.
But does that settlement, mean like...
Oh, well, they say you wouldn't settle. I see what you're saying. If you weren't guilty.
Yes.
But I think on the other side, they say you wouldn't settle if you're actually fighting the good fight against like an abuser. And I'm like, I see why you would settle on both sides.
Yeah. Yes.
Like at some point you're like, I'm haggard. Like, well, this needs to be done.
I mean, the NDA side of it is the argument for, of course, people being like, what about everyone else who could possibly, you know what I mean? But everyone's about just getting theirs in the world. So
I allegedly think Michael is no good. All
sure.
Right. I saw the doc.
You saw the doc. Yeah, which also part of this, there was some settlement there where that's now pulled. You can't, that was airing, I think it was HBO Max.
Interesting.
Wherever that was, it was there for a while. Now that's been pulled and there's no, you can't stream. I mean, you have to get it off, pirated version of it. It's just not existing anywhere.
Speaking of musicians, I have one more errata. Sunny by Bobby Hebb.
Yes.
And we said, didn't his family get murdered?
Yes.
Or what's that from? I have a little information on
Please,
that.
please.
Hebb wrote the song after his older brother Harold was stabbed to death outside a Nashville nightclub. Hebb was devastated by the event, and many critics say it inspired the lyrics and tune. According to Hebb, he merely wrote the song as an expression of a preference for a sunny disposition over a lousy disposition following the murder of his brother. So I always thought that was interesting. I mean, thank goodness it all happened because that's a great song. But it's a weird one. Somebody gets murdered and you're like, Sonny,
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
but maybe you go into a manic state of creativity. Like, he need not explain himself. But I did want to go back and refresh my own memory of what that had been.
Right. Yeah, it's hard otherwise. Like, there's something about the themes of keeping it sunny, because you could see spiraling into a darker. And there's nothing really. You write a song about the event itself, it's just like a violent. Well,
yeah, and maybe he did spiral privately. It doesn't mean there was no, But I always think it's interesting they connect those two.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
But anyway,
that's a good errata.
I'm done with errata. I just like spreading facts from Wikipedia.
Done errata. We're done here.
We're done with the errors. Fuck the bullshit.
So much bullshit. You know what I saw?
We did bushy. We did errata.
We did hit our bushy in stride this week.
Incredible.
Not this old oh no.
We kind of did two because we had Phil Hartman and waterboarding. The big two.
We talked about the Garbage Pail Kid movie. Remember we were talking about that at lunch?
No.
With our dear friend.
I wasn't there.
Before he flew away.
He's a bird.
Yeah.
Dean is like a bird. He only flies away.
Anyway, it just so happened that, Hollywood Theater here, of course, does a lot of great screenings.
Kurt Russell was just there.
Kurt Russell in person for the thing.
Kurt. It makes sense he would come to Portland, though, because, Bing played baseball here.
Bing, the Portland Mavericks.
Papa Bing.
The battered bastards of baseball. Great doc.
I love the name Bing.
Still available.
If we'd had a boy, I would have maybe thrown Bing around.
Thrown Bing? Bing is great.
I guess it could be a girl, too. It's a cool name.
I grew up eating these dollar hoagies, and they were from Bingo's Hoagies.
And it shows. I don't know what that meant. Sorry.
Dollar hoagies do a body good. But they were great, and you could either get the little Italian or the or tuna. Those were the two options, the only two. And Bingo's wife would make them in the morning.
His name was Bingo?
Bingo. It was Bingo's Hoagies.
Bingo's a great name, too.
And he would go by Bing. Like, people would come in, hiya, Bing. And he'd, oh, hey, what are you doing today? And you get your hoagies, which, like, for $1 is pretty. That's incredible. Phenomenal. And you get your meats and cheeses on there.
Sign me up. That doesn't exist anymore. With the sandwiches we got yesterday, mine was $18.
That's right.
I understand everything's inflation. I'm not even blaming the vendor.
And quality ingredients.
Like, it is, but it's not even like a huge sandwich. It's not one where you're taking half home.
No, you can eat it just sitting.
It's just like, whoa, doggy.
It's getting up there. It's
latte is like $8. Like a beer is like, it's just wild times.
Wasn't the Starbucks CEO recently being like, hey, it's the experience. Like, it's the $8. Like, someone brought up.
Was it Howard Schultz?
Probably Schultz.
Is he still in there?
He's messing around, I
think.
He
hates unions.
Sure does. And
loves a $10 latte.
Loves it. And he's like, you're paying for the tailored experience, which is like, that's not what people are doing at Starbucks. This is McDonald's of coffee.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing here?
This is just like one size fits all.
Anyhow, at the Portland Theater, there's we were just talking about...
Hollywood.
Hollywood. We were just talking about this movie though, because there was when we were eating those $92 sandwiches.
Sorry, this is a live action. I missed this, which is weird because I was one of 3 people at the table.
That's right.
When this conversation allegedly took place.
It did, and there's
live action garbage.
Live action garbage pail, because the art in this sandwich place has cool, like there's paintings there that are reminiscent.
Shout out Meat Cheese Bread. We love it.
Meat Cheese Bread. Yeah, let's stop.
We've been going there for years.
Pussyfooting around. Meat Cheese Bread.
I shan't. I mean, I shall stop.
I shan't.
No pussyfooting here, just stomping around.
So they have art there that reminded us of, not you, I guess, but
where was I?
Of the Garbage Pail Kids art.
Which was great.
Which was fantastic.
That's one of the good things
the
from
old
the
stickers,
80s.
Yeah. The collector
Your
stickers.
favorite?
My favorite of that is Ray Gunn.
Ray Gunn. It's Reagan.
It's Reagan. It's like a
Ronald Reagan.
Just a greasy, plump little politician behind the. I have that Ray Gun. I actually have that Garbage Pail.
Oh my gosh,
they
live
changed
action. I need to look
that.
these up though.
Yeah, pull that up.
Changed it for what?
They changed it to another. There's another that later on. It was Ray Gun, and then it was. Let me look at the. Let's see, Ray.
Wait, I gotta remember
like
my favorite.
It was.
These were so good. They were so. Oh my God! Listen, a G pack of Garbage Pail Kids, $5,000 on eBay. Isn't that crazy?
$5,000.
This must be unopened.
Yeah, there's the originals, I suppose.
Oh, I want to see these images though. Nasty Nick. It's kind of like a little Dracula. Junk Food John. Up Chuck is fun. It's a baby
Chuck's
just
a good
puking.
One.
Fryin' Brian is a guy in the electric chair. God, we used to be a proper country. Dead Ted crawling out of a grave.
Good.
Art Apart is a kid all chopped up into pieces. I mean, isn't this weird that this is what we were looking at and playing with?
Yes, and the art is just spectacular.
Atom Bomb, look at this.
I know, Atom Bomb's a good one.
That's a good
the
one.
The head blowing up. Yeah, there was like the first series was...
Booze and Bruce, drunk guy doing stand... Oh, no, that's not a mic, it's a street light. I thought he was doing stand-up.
What's incredible about Ray Gun really is Rappin' Ron. They changed it to for some reason. But it used to be, so like Ray, R-A-Y is the first name, and then Gun, G-U-N is the last name. But it is just Reagan at the podium. Like it's not, a baby Reagan, Garbage Pail Kid. So it's like a cherubic-faced little, almost, what do you call it? Cabbage Patch Kid, which is where the Garbage Pail Kids, I think, were based on. But yeah, there's some.
What are they based on? Say that again.
I think the Cabbage Patch Kids. They're like a.
Oh yes, they're exactly
version of that. Yeah, Atom Bomb has the Ray Decay.
Warren, a guy's like at war. Oh, that one's not. That one didn't age well. Tattoo Lou, covered in tats.
Yeah, there's just some really great. But anyway, they did a
Joe Blow. It's just gum, but it makes you think about. Well, I was thinking cocaine. I'm gonna look at the 80s cards, the originals. Barf and Barbara. There's a lot of barf. Kitty litters of Big Fat Cat. Atom Bomb's really good. I think I like that.
Atom Bomb is a strong one.
Patrick Swayze.
Nasty Nick was like a vampire.
It's like
Booze and Bruce is just a drunk.
I know, that one was good. Leaky Lindsay has snot. That's fun. Bobby Gum.
Bobby Gum.
Oh, Bobby Gum is They Live. Look. Did you see that?
Oh, that's so good.
That's a really good one. I can't tell what's original,
what's
though.
Original
or
and
if these are
yeah, you'd have to.
Richie Rich. There's a lot of bars.
We're setting ourselves up for a lot of errata.
Peg warmers. It's like leg warmers. Oh, this one looks like it's like...
Swiss Chris is just a piece of Swiss cheese being cut by a knife. Hunted Hunter. Scalped Ralph.
Snooty Sam. Look, it's Uncle Sam picking his nose. That's fun.
I remember that one. Yes. Is
that one
a real
real?
One. I think that's a real one.
There's a teacher one that says wanted for mental cruelty. Yikes. $80.
I mean, the commentary was there. Was it? It was.
I saw Eddie as just cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
That's wild. Is that a real one too?
I can't tell. Yeah,
Adam Bomb is kind of the iconic one.
I think that's the best one. I remember there being a girl one that I loved, and now I can't find it. Oh, brother.
But they
speak
basically
of the devil, Thrilling Leo. This is like a thriller.
Thrilling Leo. Okay, yeah. So they tapped
Jackson
into
one.
the. I just like that Ray Gun is just a version of the. You're like, that's horrifying enough.
Uzi Susie is
Susie.
a candle who's melting. That's pretty good.
Uzi Susie. So they basically, what I was thinking about with this is the reason I thought of this. We saw the art. We're like, oh, that kind of looks like Garbage Pail Kids, and we talked about the movie.
Okay, which is happening. When?
No, it already happened. It was 1987.
I thought you were saying it's coming out, and I'm like, I want to play this character.
What I didn't realize, it was part of the exclusive 0% club on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's a 0%.
Oh, we gotta watch it.
Yeah, they made like really weird, like the plot. I definitely remember seeing it because the creatures, the practical effects are awesome.
I'm sure
on the kids that come to life.
It's something where you want the footage, but you just want to play like good music and not hear the dialogue.
Yes. Bless. Yes, that's precisely it.
Because I'm sure it's just a horror show.
But Hollywood Theater is doing a screening of it, so.
There's no way that aged well. I just saw some characters that I wouldn't even mention on the air.
The film. Yeah, the film has. Well, they also created some new ones, like Alligator. Like they did some stuff that wasn't even.
Alligator. I get it.
Yeah, 0% tomatoes. Too repulsive for children or adults of any age, they said, the New York Times said at the time.
Here's a headline about what we were just saying about sandwich prices. What?
You just demented because you're like, no, but it's about what we were just talking about. Here's a headline.
It's called a segue. It's called a connection. It's called hosting a fucking podcast. Take notes.
Please.
Fuel, food, and flight prices have surged as the Iran war hits the U.S. economy.
Yes.
I also paid over $5 a gallon recently. Really felt the pain at the pump.
Oh, pain at the pump.
Yeah.
Pain at the pump pain should be a Garbage Pail Kid.
Also, have you had issues with the truck? I forgot to tell you. I couldn't hold the thing all the way down pumping the gas. And the guy's like, yeah, people have been siphoning gas and it bends your tube. So I had to sit there and hold it the whole time because anytime I push the lever all the way down,
it pops. Yeah, you have to get it. It's temperamental. She's always been a little temperamental at the.
I tried some different positioning to no avail.
All right, well that's no good.
So I really felt the pain at the pump. I'm like, you're telling me. So over $5 a gallon for me to stand here and hurt my fingers with a little button.
And then you became a Rhode Island Real Housewife.
Yeah. Literally. Is anyone watching out there? I think it's fun. It's a slow burn.
I say it's a psyop in the sense, along the same lines as geese, in that.
No, they're not doing a psyop. I think it's an industry plant
because people. Here's what I think is fun.
It's already a franchise. They don't have to. Do you ever get the sense? Thing.
Do you ever get the sense when you're scrolling around your socials?
You're scrolling around,
and you don't necessarily see one thing, or you're not like reading, clicking on a link or doing anything.
It's called an algorithm. What you're about to say.
I understand. So you are.
Do you?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like do you? Tell me of algorithms.
Mr. Murf, do you understand the algorithm?
It's algorithm osmosis. Rather than one particular thing. If you scroll a little bit, and I don't spend a ton of time on the socials, but if you scroll, like I just mean like scrolling through.
You're just in your like hometown Facebook.
Well, do you know how you always say to me, when the hell are you?
Yeah.
Like, watching things or doing things. I think the same thing with you, where I'm like, you are terminally IG online.
Watch out what you say. The amount that I get done every day and that you think I'm just sitting on Instagram.
But I'm saying the same for me. I get a few things done a day. And then I'm saying I also have time when you're like, when do you? I'm like walking around watching
You
things
wanna
and
know
listening
the
to things on my
secret?
phone. I have the one earbud in. I'm walking around listening to a pond.
You're that guy.
I'm that guy. But you're like, when do you have the time? Like, when do you have the time?
No, but you're
I
fully.
peeked at your usage once, and I
read.
I shuddered.
That's rude. Don't talk about my usage.
I didn't do that.
Here's the
root
deal.
around
I
in my
see
usage.
headlines,
Yeah.
which is very easy to do while in motion.
Of course,
You're like,
while driving.
but you're like, I watch. Well, I was going to say my secret.
Look, I'm at the
online
pump.
while
I'm on
driving.
Instagram, but like, I guess I didn't have the nozzle for the
It's
gas.
not while driving. Take that back.
I know. I
would
take
never
it
do
back.
that.
I take it back.
Maybe at a red light, I check one headline. Listen to me. What I'm saying is,
I'm
you'll be like,
listening.
"Oh, I watched like the 9-part film series." That's why
sure.
it's different.
I hear you. Anyhow,
I'm having like
let's not
an hors
attack
d'oeuvre,
each other's consumption.
and you're eating a frickin' steak, and I don't know when that's happening.
We are.
You're attacking my consumption,
a power
and I feel
couple. We
cornered.
don't attack our consumption.
I feel
dear.
blindsided.
Fair enough. Well, that's because you don't have your eyes on the road. You got blindsided while you're scrolling. Anyhow, no, I'm just saying. My point of all of that is that yes, through osmosis, I don't spend enough on socials, but I do spend enough that occasionally I'll be like, oh, I felt something. And what I felt was that Real Housewives of Rhode Island was like, holy shit. This is, you thought you knew crazy Real Housewives casts? This one is off the charts. So then we're watching it and I'm like waiting.
I hear you. They were like you thought Salt Lake City was great, which it is. It's kind of the pinnacle.
Right.
Having only watched that
Now
one.
that I heard as well, that I absorbed from the online and IRL discourse, is that Salt
And
Lake
me.
City was
You're
like
saying like,
the housewives to
oh.
end all housewives.
But I told you that too.
That it was. Well, yeah, because I've only seen like a couple minutes of
I
the
forget
old
which
Jersey
season.
one.
The season 4, I think, is like the one where the spoiler.
Yeah.
There's like a woman who's running a thing who's not there. You know what
You're
I'm
talking
saying?
about Salt Lake.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to. No, that's over. We can spoil that. We can
Okay,
talk
whatever.
freely. But yeah, anyway, Rhode Island, they have their own thing happening in Rhode. It's a fun culture they got going on there.
But like last night's episode, 2 of them were like, "Oh, we don't want to do the activity they're doing, so we're going to do our own thing." And they're like, "Oh, good for you."
not a lot of drama.
Any other franchise
Yeah.
in that show's history, that would be like a massive blow. You didn't do the activity I planned.
They like did that, and I know
blah.
we've said before that it becomes there's so much of drama on Salt Lake, at least the season that I saw, or the 2 seasons I watched,
Yeah.
that it starts to like. I think there's a happy medium. My point is they haven't found their groove on this.
No,
at
this
all,
is like the
because
ASMR
Yes.
franchise.
It really is. They're like one person's husband
They're
is
like-
cheating on him and she refuses to admit it. Okay, well, there's that.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not even. That's like barely. That's not interesting. That's everyone.
Yeah,
That's everyone
and she's
I
like,
know.
"You're fake," and she's like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
Like, "I think you're kind of fake," and she's like, "No, I'm really not." And
The
like,
stakes were
okay.
raised to catfishing. They were raised to like federal indictments on
Thank you.
on certain cast
Thank
of the
you,
past.
Jen Shaw.
Thank you, Jen Shaw. Yes. Anyhow,
Yeah, I know what you mean. The stakes were too high for them to deliver that again. So
What-
now we're coming back down to earth.
what did I interrupt you
Soft
on
landing.
with my Rhode Island shtick?
It's gone. I was going to read some headlines, but they just refreshed and it's gone.
Oh my God, they're gone. They're
Um,
long gone.
Yeah, there's the FDA chief is resigning about vaping.
About vaping?
Yeah. Passenger from hantavirus-stricken cruise ship speaks out from quarantine. Oh yeah, 18 Americans are in quarantine. Did we say that? That
No,
was a
we
little
did not.
fact
So
we
they've
knew.
quarantined some people,
Yeah,
and that just means that they're monitoring them. Are they put up at like a
they're gonna
Motel
be like,
6? Or
imagine all the people. I don't know
if
where.
imagine round 2.
You're right. They're probably just at home. My image of quarantine is always like that weird tent they had ET in.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Where then
Yeah.
they're in the hazmat and they're walking through.
the shotguns and
Yeah.
the
I don't think anyone gives a shit.
which I saw recently.
They're like,
Steven,
Hanta, take me away.
thank you.
That's what we want.
Steven recently said his only regret in his whole career.
Steven.
That could be hyperbolic. Steven Spielberg.
Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn.
I thought you were saying Colbert, actually, but you're saying Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, the filmmaker, the director.
Oh, because I just brought up E.T.
Yes. And in E.T., he said his only regret of his whole, and again, I don't know if this is the way he framed it, but I'm about to. The big regret that he had was the changing in E.T. of the shotguns to flashlights. When they're like the re-release, because they've re-released it 19 times at this point, but they re-released it in maybe the early aughts or the 90s or whatever it was. And
I'm trying to picture
they
the scene
digitally replaced the cops chasing E.T. at the end. There's like a scene where they all rush out, like right before the bike takes off, I guess. And they run up with shotguns and they replaced those with flashlights.
That
and he was
makes no sense.
He's like, I got pressure. And I should have said, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are we doing this? Anyway, that's a funny thing.
That's weird. Well, this guy's in quarantine. He seems to be fine. He's in Nebraska. Mm-hmm. I did see there were in Atlanta and Nebraska. This guy's in Omaha. Blah, blah, blah. Lives in Boston. I just want to hear what the quarantine is like. Oh, it was hantavirus, Hanta. Oh, he's singing the Hanta song. No?
He is singing the Hanta song.
Wow.
Yes.
We're just reading our phones in silence on our podcast.
No, it's perfect.
I just want him to say where he is. Is he in like a big building? Is he like out in the woods? He has not tested positive, but he has to be in quarantine for the next 42 days. That's pretty
42 days?
I thought my friend said his sister worked in infectious diseases and said that the good news is the reason hantavirus could not be a global pandemic is because it's so deadly. And what I took that to mean is like it kills people so
quickly that
hard
it can't
and
spread.
fast that it's not spreading in time. But 42 days is wild. I really have a lot to learn about this. If I'm going to die of this thing, I want to know. Look me in the eye before you kill me.
What's got me?
Who are you?
Look me in the eye before you take me.
Yeah. I think that's the best decision. He has an exercise bike and is receiving at least 3 meals a day. His quarantine unit has air conditioning. What the hell is it, though? He has a room where?
Where is his room? Yeah, God. At the motel. Like, what are we putting? Because that's obviously, we're footing the bill for that.
Thank you. Well, I'd rather foot this bill than all the other bills.
Than the billionaires. Yes,
I'm footing bills left and right.
You got foot bills.
Yeah, my
Your
bills.
Foot bills are through the roof.
These feet.
You got that.
If these feet could talk, they'd be dogs and they'd be barking.
And they'd be on wiki feet.
Wickedly feet.
Wickedly feet. Imagine the WikiLeaks of wiki feet.
Oh, leak it, baby.
Thank you.
They're like, that was
Whose piggies are on there that we don't know about?
That was a prosthetic. Okay. Passengers and some crew members from 23 countries. Wild. It's always the frickin' cruise ships. Do we think there were mice on the ship, or did someone get on? No, because they already had the human-to-human one.
Yeah, but there's also, there certainly are rodents on those ships occasionally that can hop on.
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
Hanta!
Oh, those rodents definitely had the Andes Hanta.
You think? In Princess Bride?
Yeah. The rodents of unusual size.
I always felt bad for that one when he was on fire. He's like, wee, wee.
I know, but you had to. You certainly
There was no
had
other
to.
way.
They were going to kill him.
Blah, blah, blah. Tested positive. They're just not telling me where they're staying. They're not explaining themselves at all. They're at Emory University in Atlanta. Yeah, there's one person who was symptomatic. 3 people died. Cool.
Oh no, here's what's weird. Okay, sorry, I'm just.
It was so boring. I wanted them to tell me about the little Hanta dorm, but they won't.
What are the Hanta dorms? Yeah, show us those.
They won't. No. I want to be an RA.
You would be like, okay, no smoking.
I've survived Hanta 6 times. Getting my 4th.
What did
degree.
RAs were? ACAB RA, but RA was essentially just a snitch for the university. Yes.
I think they were just losers who were like, I think it's probably cheaper housing, but it's an older student who's decided to live in a younger student dorm to like police them.
Creepy. So weird thing, this is what I was wondering. This is also a nice, well, this is more topical than I imagined. This
Care to
is
share?
3 years old, but Spielberg regrets editing Guns out of E.T., says no film should be revised for today's standards. That was a mistake. So this was apparently, what's weird is this was his own decision, I guess, because I was wondering how can you pressure, I mean, Spielberg, this is a guy, this is the 20th anniversary re-release.
Didn't they make the
E.T.
Reese's Pieces into that like protein popcorn?
Digitally?
Yeah, the Khloe
joking?
Kardashian. No, I think they just did that.
What?
They switched that out.
Wait a minute now.
Because they were like, kids need more protein.
Okay. You had me Googling it, you dog.
You dirty
well,
dog.
I mean, listen, it's as sensible as anything. Although
mad
contractually.
at him. I'm mad at him for doing that.
Well, it's here's
also,
how weird
you would
it is.
even get if it was like in a school or there was some like, do you know what I mean? But they're chasing an alien. Like, why? Of course there'd be military.
But this is what I'm saying. Here's what his thing is. They replaced him with walkie-talkies is what he did.
You said flashlights.
I know.
Which was it?
It was flashlights.
So they're all pointing walkie-talkies at each other?
Yeah. That was a mistake, Spielberg said. I never should have done that. E.T. is a product of its era. No film should be revised based on the lenses we are now being either voluntarily or being forced to peer through. Where I'm like, well, I'm sorry, a product of its time? So you're suggesting that now or at that time there was ever cops like not with guns? Like what do you even, you know what I mean? That wasn't a product of its time. That's like just what cops do. I don't even mean this in a political way, just literally being like,
please don't get political on the pod. You said you win today, darling.
Hey, keep your politics out of my extraterrestrial films.
Oh.
But that's just like what like I just mean what goes into
no, I
that.
Hear you.
That had to be someone in his ear. There's no way he himself rewatched and was like, all right, we're recoloring, we're getting a digital master. We're doing the 20th anniversary re-release
like a famous
of
cop
E.T.
movie?
I wasn't Copland, but that's just because the name cop is in it and my brain is dead. A famous cop movie. I don't know. Fucking Heat.
I was going to say Heat.
Yeah.
What if they just took the guns out of Heat?
Colors is a...
What if they took the guns out of Heat?
Out of Heat, yeah, and replaced them with
Skittles.
Skittles, yeah. No, I mean, that's what I mean. You don't... It just doesn't... Even any children's... Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just very weird. E.T. was a film that I was sensitive to the fact that the federal agents were approaching kids with firearms exposed, and I thought I would change the guns into walked out. Years went by, and I changed my own views. Which, like, views, you mean you're... Like, as a film, you're trying to just create a fantastical within the real world. For E.T. to work, it has to just be in the real world.
Yes, King.
That's what makes him extra. Never should have messed with the archives of my own work, and I don't recommend anyone do that. All our movies are a kind of signpost of where we were when we made them, what the world was like, and what the world was receiving. So I guess you could argue if you were to change it, the federal agents should have opened fire. They should have actually shot E.T. and blew his fucking head off.
Yeah, they should have killed everybody.
Yeah, they should have said he didn't comply, and we killed E.T.
Yeah. I mean, well, and the kids.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And then they don't.
They're catching strays.
They don't face any
repercussions.
No, they just get moved to a different town.
So maybe he like went down that rabbit hole and then he was like, you know what? I'm just going to replace the guns. Let's say no guns. I mean, very strange. I thought it would have been
What would Ray Gunn say about that?
What would Ray Gunn?
Ray Gunn, you dirty dog.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, he was on a panel talking about Roald Dahl and other books being censored, etc.
It's Roald Dahl. We're not saying Roald.
Roald?
We're not doing that.
We're not. Okay. I thought we were. I've never really heard it said. I've only read it.
Interesting. Been there.
Iran. Here's the thing about Iran.
What's up?
I'm talking about the podcast of record now. I'm talking about the fucking daily. We're back to the daily. Two things I want to say about them. I think
I'm so happy you put your phone down and you're talking. I feel like we're back.
We're back. I just had to get my...
We just did like a half an hour of us just like
Bellbird.
surfing the web.
It's
not
good.
cool.
No, it's strong.
This isn't a webcast.
Well, let's also remind the listeners we do not have a producer. These shows, these high-end shows,
But I'm saying
with their
then we have
producer
to
who can fling shit up as we
Right,
we
so we
play
shouldn't be
God.
doing it that way then.
You're right.
Saying. Like if we're saying we're big sloppy, it's in the name, Slopcast, then we don't need to be reading the facts.
No, you're right.
We can just go off. I can just be like, you know what? There were 2 million people on that cruise ship and they're all gone now.
Yes, and I could be like, Stephen just had a come to Jesus and he decided to exchange the flashlights. The flashlights. They were flashlights.
Flashlight.
The Daily has two things I want to say about the Daily. Just the first one's really quick. Iran, not Iran. Iran, it feels like the jokey, like Iraq, like people used to say. You know, that's like, oh, these goofy hillbillies can't pronounce a country in the Middle East. Like, there's that. But on the NY Times daily podcast, people are saying Iran and Iran.
Iran.
So, I don't know. That's the podcast of record right there. They're saying it out loud. What is it?
Okay, but what are they saying about Iran?
It doesn't matter.
I care. I want to know that.
All right. What are they saying about the Strait of Hormuz?
I just saw that Rubio's being like,
Hormuzzi,
our goal is to get
Badussi.
it back the way it was. And I thought that was funny.
That
It was like, what kind of fucking dog and pony show? Like, they're not even faking it
No,
anymore.
you just walked into the living room, you dragged your ass across the carpet, just left a skid mark
Yes.
all the way, and you're like, I want this rug to be back to where it was.
Literally,
before
like, I'm like, what happened to the good old days when they would be like, we brought freedom or some shit? Like, I mean, we all know it's bullshit, but they're not even.
No, they can't
They're
even
not
commit.
even-
Well, because Rubio now also, the same way as Mr. Vance. Is it Vance or Vance? He's trying to, wouldn't even entertain that one.
Can't be bothered.
They're trying to play this absurd, because they're both going to be running, and assuming he steps down, they're going to run. So they're now in this weird place where like, oh, people hate this war, other than just the traditional neocons, like still trying to.
Did you also see that he's just falling asleep everywhere, Trump?
Yeah, he's shitting himself and falling asleep in it. He's sleeping in his own shit.
Yeah, I'm like, relatable.
Very relatable.
Yeah, they're trying to. I hear what you're
Anyway,
saying.
because I
don't know.
think
The
they're
whole
even
thing
though
is-
Rubio is the neocon, he pushed for Iran. So to say we want it to go back is just very funny. So Iran, we don't know. The New York Times doesn't know. At least I think we know. I think Iran. I've heard Iranian people saying Iran, so I'll just go with
Well,
that.
let's go with what they're saying then.
Sure.
What is this?
Anyhow, also the Daily, a very funny. It's just sometimes they have these episodes where I know that they know that we know. You know what I mean? So you're like, who is this for? They're basically just doing like a fucking generic whatever. The midterms are coming up, but they were still
Jesus
doing
Christ,
this.
I can't do any more freaking midterms.
I know they're doing this. They're still attempting an autopsy
No.
on like. Where did the Democratic Party, like, why, what do they need to do? What's the messaging? So what's funny, too, is they talk about this in terms of not what do they need to actually deliver on? What messaging do they need? It's always all about what do they need to say? What's their bullshit
There's
rhetoric?
nothing they can say unless it's backed up by a
That's right. They've said it all. They've said it all now at this point. So the funny thing is they're like, where's the party moving to? Or they're pointing, it's this crazy, like, and they landed on one of the things they kept talking about is where the political violence was one part of this episode as well. This might have been, I'm combining two eps, but I'm half listening to everything. But they were like, the political violence uptick on both the left and the right is how they're framing it. They're like, on the right, and they're like, even somewhat on the left, it's the replacement theory. Like, they're like, because America's about to become a majority non-white in the next, 15 years, whatever it is.
I've been hearing that shit since I'm damn ass born.
So
Who cares?
that panic
Who
and mania.
cares?
Well, also right. And then I'm like, so you're suggesting they finally, as they always do in the back half after the break, when most people stop listening, they came back with like, because in my mind, I was like, oh yes, Luigi Mangione, like he got that guy because he thought that there was they will not replace us, is I think what he's etched on the bullet casings of that CEO. But then they did come back and acknowledge, well, there's also some version of this, that's because material conditions have eroded to the point of, and I'm like, you went front and center though with like and I'm not saying, of course there are some fucking crazy, legitimate white supremacist groups that have spawned up that are like, we're losing our country. That of course exists. But I'm like, to pretend like a lot of this is not rooted, or that would ever, like that has always existed to varying degrees, but people are not activated.
Sorry, that's their new
out
message?
Of desperation. Kind of, yeah. They're trying to.
Is what?
They're trying to frame it that this political violence, which are, anywhere from,
right.
Yeah, all the attempts that have happened are rooted in great replacement, but then they engage with that for most of the episode, and then at the very end they start to float like. Also, there is some on the violence that's popping up from the left that's a little bit more based on material conditions, and that the wealth inequality is driving that a little bit, but they just kind of say that as an afterthought. And again, you're like, how many times can you spin? You've done this already. You did this. You did the identity shuffle.
They're stopping hate again.
They're stopping it.
They're stopping fucking hate. Can I say something?
Yes.
Medicare for all.
Really quick,
Ever
I just want
heard
to say,
of it?
how much further do you need to go than etching the words on the bullet casings
Literally.
to make sure that they won't be able to spin this narrative?
Yeah.
And they're still spinning it. Anyway, go ahead.
Just Medicare for all. Remember Bernie Sanders? That guy?
No.
Great.
Long gone. Senator Bernard.
Would
yes, Sanders.
uplift single moms. Communities of color, non-white people. It's like good. It's really good for everybody. That is a thing that could actually help systemic racial issues by changing policy to enact evolution of material conditions, period. A betterment across the board. Better schools, etc.
Yeah.
The healthiest communities are not the most policed, they're the most resourced. All this shit we know.
Yeah.
Poverty is the gateway drug, blah, blah, blah. I'm just spitting cliches out faster than whatever. Something fast.
Faster than a ray gun.
Faster than a ray gun. No, but it's like, stop with the bullshit. Stop talking about this empty bullshit.
And who? And I need to meet these people now. Who? Because I do think a lot of people have seen through. It's just because we just watched this movie. Everyone just saw this in real time happen at a pretty grand scale when people were more dialed in than they've ever been. Like after 2016, I feel like the last 10 years, people have been more dialed in because of the reality show president, who's brought everyone loving, hating, like just freaking out over him at all times. He's dominated the news in ways that past presidents just weren't in the news as much. There's more culture shit. There's more fluff. There's more. Now it's just like everyone is so obsessed that we just watched this rotation with like the rinse of Scranton Joe in the middle, the sandwich there, to be like, how are you still trying to, who is listening to this pod other than me? I think I might be the only one, but I feel like Barbaro said my name the other day because he's like, you're the only one left, even though they're saying they're Murf.
You've said this before, and I think the only thing, if you had to pick one issue, I used to always say the environment because I'm like, if this planet is uninhabitable to us, then no other issues matter. But you've said it, and I think you're right. The only thing we have to do, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't know whether you should politically engage or politically disengage or do a Luigi or do a whatever, allegedly, whatever people are doing,
That's right, yes.
Or, just fade away. Get some Fent and fade. Whatever you want to do, the only political agenda should be overturning Citizens United. And you've said this before, too.
The money, yeah.
If you get that amount of money out of politics, instantly, even without fixing all the little fucking broken
all the little
issues along the big
yes.
shit machine,
yep.
You will have a more immediate democracy because voting will matter. And once voting matters, then people will have to run on things that matter, period.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, nobody can eat, nobody can go to the doctor, the schools are shit, the data centers ate my baby, whatever's going on. People will have to try to enact change if they want any kind of political power.
Yes.
I think we're probably too far gone, but I think if there's one thing we want to rally around, it has to be that.
Yeah.
It just has to be. If a Senate seat costs $20 million, like we're not getting anyone in power who doesn't have like all the lobbyists' hands in every crack of their ass.
Yes, agreed. that overturning would be like, that needs to not be like, I think that became, everyone was just kind of like, yeah, that's part of the, there's some money, but it's reached a level that I think everyone, that's exactly right.
You want to know who's saying
all
that's part of it? People who have a vested interest.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Period.
I think if that money, if you're saying, because that would be, and that is a thing now, this populist movement that people are seeing on the right, or claiming at least, a lot of the talking heads are like latching on to the populist messaging. No real policy prescriptions of these people who are like, oh no, we're but populist, just this idea of, oh, okay, the
I'll
rich
speak
and
to
banks
it. I won't do anything, but I'll say about it.
So that level of like, yes, if you just eliminated that, if you had a party that was the third party who said,
if you don't
we have
shut down this freaking data center, you're out of there.
Other than
in November, period, and maybe we're going to come to your house. Like, I don't know, allegedly. This is a satirical pod, but like, if there's some real thing, but you can't say that unless there's somebody willing to run on doing something.
No, and I think there should be a party for, if you were trying to just reset this mess of again, you'd have to reset the entire simulations because we've gone too far down. But if you were to just say there was a third party option and you go to everyone, if you aren't, we're all ready to go. Yeah, the distractions, the culture war stuff, the shit that's not like real or doesn't affect most people. Let's put to the side. Let's put everything to the side, other than literally being like this slate of politicians running for a ton of Congress, president, every level that imaginable, state, federal, is just saying we are united as a party in saying we are going to get rid of the money publicly. Then the elections will be publicly funded, so you don't have to spend X amount of money to run. They're publicly funded. Everyone gets the same amount of money, and then at that point you're holding accountable. Now, of course, it would. In what we have right now, it would definitely go more towards the dark money, which it already has. There is now open dark money of people not even reporting. But again, that would be so taboo. Like, to do that, you would just be run out on a rail. If you were like, oh, this senator took money in a briefcase behind closed doors to try to then come out and be like, no, I think we are going to cut some healthcare funding for whatever reason. Like, then you'd be like, yeah, you've been bought. Because otherwise, if you are the will of the people, there's a certain level of like that. I do think the young right
we don't
also
have
doesn't
universal
have
health care though, is because of the lobbyists for.
But the young right,
insurance.
the young right does feel to me like they are obsessed with the culture war stuff. They're not old Republicans in the way that like a boomers would think about this, where you go, oh no, they like small government and small budgets. I'm like, Trump's running the fucking budget up. Like, MAGA doesn't give a fuck about budgetary spending and being like, we're more like fiscally conservative. They want health. They want medicine. The kid,
it's just the easiest stuff to talk about.
It is. It's easier. And it is things that politicians will draft insane bills that are, whether it's anti-trans or like anti-free speech, like, well, criticizing Israel's an anti-Semitic crime, whatever these weird bills that are being passed, it's all culture war stuff, because of course they know, well, we're not doing anything of material substance, so we have to pretend like we're actually legislating
because if
things.
You make things better, they'll be better for everybody.
That's right. Which is why a lot of things get people.
No, they're like Nancy Pelosi kissed a gay man on the cheek. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, healthcare now.
Healthcare now.
Right now.
Like, healthcare now. I'm sorry. We need to sell TikTok. We need to buy TikTok away from the Chinese.
Because
we can't be worried about health.
Showing the carnage.
There's lots of great two-steps that have been done, but I do think that would be a very simple one. Just the money. Because you start to get into the weeds. The moment you talk about any individual issues, it just spirals into like, I think this, I think that. But for the most part, if you just kept the government out of those things and literally were like, they are an administrative state that just go, here's medicine, the roads, the schools, the housing, like the shit that's like everyone gets that.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like our secretaries.
Right. And
our facilitators.
Yes. I mean, that's like, that seems like a compromise to a level where I'm like, as someone who
Gov is brat.
Any government, but Gov is what?
Gov is brat. We can't.
Gov is brat. They try. I mean, they've tried the rebranding to a level where we are reaching.
What's the deal with the WWE fight at the White House?
Is it WWE or it's UFC? I think it's UFC.
I don't know the difference between it. What I meant was
I think the difference is
wrestlers.
A real fight versus the pageantry of professional wrestling.
Oh, I thought it was professional wrestling.
No, I think it's UFC.
Oh. No, you're definitely right. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, Trump's an old school
I'm saying
WWF
tell me
guy.
about it. So tell me.
I think they're just building, they're doing on the White House lawn. Like, again, a distraction.
Doing what, where, when?
Doing a UFC event.
Okay, so a real fight.
A real fight on the White House lawn. They're building the...
When?
I don't know. It wasn't.
Who's fighting?
I don't know anything about it.
Well, that's what you're here for.
Fair enough.
No, I don't know anything about it. I thought it was frickin' WrestleMania.
$1 million. The cage match is on. So this is today. Yeah. Cage match is on for tickets to Trump's UFC fight at the White House. 4,000 plus spectators who are lucky enough, cunning enough, or rich enough will score a seat to the fight.
Cunning enough? What
does that mean?
hell is this?
You ready to suck your way for tickets?
Literally, they're like, are you going to outsmart the Riddler at the gates?
Yeah, or like, are you going to be able to print up a fraudulent ticket that gets you in, but then they realize it's like, I don't know what cunning. Yeah, that's weird.
Bizarre.
Yeah, there's so they're basically just claiming $1 million. These are $1 million or more. The seats are selling for. Interesting. So this
4,000 people are paying $1 million each. That seems like a lot of money.
I know we throw it around often, and I actually haven't even seen the films, but I get it. I think the Hunger Games, the spectacle.
Did you read the books?
No, of course not. 4,000 seats at $1 million apiece.
400,000.
I can't do that.
I mean, 400 million.
400,000, 600.
5,000 million.
No, how much money is that? I can't do that.
Million.
Can't do the math. I just mean that spectacle is...
It's a lot.
It's fun.
It's a lot for me to process.
You also happened to catch me with my podcast pants around my ankles. You caught me listening to...
That's $4 billion.
So $1 million a seat at 4,000 is $4 billion.
4,000 times $1 million is $4 billion.
So money is meaningless, and
that's
never
too many
been more
zeros
apparent
for me.
Like
Coke Zero is the only zero for me.
How many Trump Mobile subscriptions can you get for $4 billion?
I don't know. I mean, this is making the boys' grift look pretty sad.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, Big Papa knows how to pump. They're doing they're getting the trickle down. They're getting the scraps of the grift. This is the real grift is that level. Because where does that money go? Does that just go to Dana White? Like UFC obviously has a hefty cut in that. But if you're selling seats on the White House lawn, that's public property. Not to be too much of a weird nerd. Well, I just love when people talk about Trump in those terms. When like, well, that's public property he's doing that on, as if that's the big one you're going to get him on. But no, I mean, that is weird, though. How does that, where's that money go?
I don't know.
Anyhow, it goes mostly to Dana. Because Dana, like Vince McMahon, I wish it was a professional wrestling, because then Trump could get out there.
It really is lonely at the top, though, because you have so much money and you just want to take a nap and you're just shitting your pants and passing out everywhere. That sucks.
It does.
That's not a good quality of life.
It's not. No, you don't want to be. I mean, just get this money and get the hell out is I think at the end here. And it's like, shit your pants in peace.
I don't think they're going to let him get out.
No, they don't want him out. He's been very good for their business.
Yeah.
You heard me listening to the Daily about...
We have to go.
I know, we're done. But I just wanted to say really quick, because you disagreed with me on this. And it...
I don't want to start anything.
It hurt me in my spiritual soul.
What?
My core, my spiritual soul.
Your spiritual? Isn't a soul spiritual by nature?
It is.
Sure is, dear.
Sure is. That the religious revival that's happening, you just think is a fake thing. They're just basically, the Daily was talking about how the religion is now, there's a Pew study that came out or whatever. But basically that people, and I'm seeing this in real time. I mean, I'm back
it's like,
at Catholic
everybody's
Mass.
Into astrology and God and everything because everything sucks. My point was, I don't think this is newsworthy. I think people just need to have their material conditions met. I mean, I don't know. We just keep saying that, but I'm like, being like, isn't it so interesting? People turning to God. Yeah, the pandemic was really interesting. It really turned everything upside down. I'm like, well, yeah, we fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
We're cooking out
we know
here. We're
exactly what needs to happen.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating. I can't listen to another think piece that doesn't acknowledge like the elephant in the room. You know, it's really brutal.
They do a lot of that. Well, yeah, their brand.
I want to go out on a high note.
Let's go out on a high note. Perfect.
Who said that?
That's the Street Fighter trailer. I want to go out on a high note. It's seeing the Street Fighter movie. That's my high note. Do you have a high note?
No.
What?
That
What
just
is the
put me, that just put me in the ground.
What is the pinnacle? What is a pinnacle? You just handed off
I
into
just
the sunset.
handed off into the distance. I don't know. I was like, let's have some fun.
Let's have a little fun, dear.
Every time we record, I'm like, let's have fun today. And then
Well, you can't really.
talk about things and have fun.
No, you can. We do. I'm laughing. I'm enjoying myself here. Are you?
No, I'm just I had a coffee and a Coke Zero. I have so much to do. And
Coffee and a Coke
I'm
Zero.
just tired. I think I have Hanta.
All right. Well, wanna Hanta.
All right.
Don't
So
you wanna? I love you dearly.
I love you. No, we need energy at the end here.
Energy.
Pump it.
Bitty bitty bop. What's that?
Funky.
The Portland Fire are on fire. The WNBA's returned to Portland.
Didn't they lose?
Yeah, but the Moto Center was rocking.
It was sold out. That's exciting.
Rocking.
If this center's a rocking, Tina
Hanta's
Kotek's a knocking.
Tina.
Doing backdoor deals at the Moda. For the Moda. By the Moda.
For the Moda, by the Moda is a great slogan. All right, Moda. Matthew Modine.
And Matthew Modi.
Matthew Moda.
We haven't done Glick in a while. I think that's why I'm so depressed.
Yeah, an app without Jiminy is like...
I mean, the classic depressed. Like our energy is actually depressed.
Depressed, yes. Oppression.
What?
Depression.
Say the Suns for me.
The Suns? Mark... excuse me. Mark and Mason, Matthew and Modine.
Beautiful.
My four sons.
Hey guys, Diana here doing our first ever post-grad. I realized that I said we had a run-in last night and I didn't explain it. I want to talk about the rat that attacked our family home. Murph and I were on the couch. We're watching Real Housewives of Rhode Island like you do. Drinking a little bit of red wine. I saw out of the corner of my eye a massive creature like cat size come down the hall, see Goldie, our dog, turn around and scuttle away. And I could hear its nails on the floor. And it was not a mouse. It could have only been a rat. It was huge. So then Murph goes over and he opens the attic door because we've been hearing scratching up in the attic. And we literally see a massive rat climb a ladder, a vertical ladder up to the attic. That's how big it was that it was able to climb a ladder. And it went up to the attic to hang out with its family. So I guess Hanta above as it is below.
What are you doing?
What? No, I just had to. I'm just doing a little post grad.